Back up. I was told there's no back up. Darkness all in my back up. But I won't be a fake up. Back up. Living life in respect. I might slip out and back up. But I won't be a fake up. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up.
Is you thinking I'm jumping and leaking and leak immediately? Show up this evening and wait till you sleeping. Kick to the open, I'm scanning for motion. I'm just trying to make all my pockets obese. Don't want, I just want the Lucci. So me and all of my poochies can eat. For his loose change, take his boo thing out the PF chains and take him K, get a steak or something. Something looking at me like I'm opaque or something. Don't I look like Drake or something? Something better tell mankind Undertaker coming.
Back up. I was told there's no back up. Darkness all in my back up. But I won't be a fake up. Back up. Living life in respect up. I might slip out and back up. But I won't be a victim. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Yep. I'ma need you to back up.
Come from off the top, the flow is hot, I got you shocked. Come from off the top, you know I be smarter than Spock. Come from off the top, the flow is hot, I got you shocked. Come from off the top, come from off the top.
Can't keep up, you too slow.
Top.
You just watch, I control.
Top.
I take half, you not whole.
Top.
Got your mind, got your
This is
soul.
a scenario, I'm in your area, this is your definitely. Turn up your stereo, get this jumping like Mario, now you ain't with me. You terrible, I might embarrass you right here in front of your whole family. Hot in Nigeria, this is the year of the beer, leave it here in a chair so they know we was here. Staring in fear like a deer when the car coming near in the middle of the road, bit of fear. You don't wanna rock with the man, hands off of the grands, counting up bands while I talk to the fans. Knew I could jam, but the top wasn't playing, now everybody wanna be friends. How you? Said I'm just fine, in the right place, at the wrong time. Said I go crazy, out of my mind. And I think back when daddy wrote down that it might scrape and it might grind, but you work hard and it might shine. Let me slow down, switch the time and quit hiding.
Back up.
Oh yeah! It is top plays time with the one, the only 2KMC. This week, we're showcasing your best alley-oops. Lob it up! Getting things started with Brandon Ho, 23.
Welcome to Philadelphia, the birthplace of America. The downtown skyline shining brilliantly tonight. Welcome to a special presentation of the NBA on Christmas Day here on 2K Sports. We want to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and our sideline reporter, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Tonight with us as well, the Book of Basketball author, Bill Simmons. Bill, great to see you.
It's great to be here. Nobody is more impressed than my 11-year-old son, who can't believe that he's playing a video game and gets to hear my voice. When he hears my voice just yelling at him normally, now he gets to hear me break down basketball.
But it's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, he likes it. Yeah.
Hey, Dave.
The Bucks took a massive leap in coach Mike Budenholzer's first season in Milwaukee. Budenholzer said he joined the organization at the perfect time. The new facilities, the energetic fans, a great roster, ownership, front office, everything is set up to have great success. And he added, I feel fortunate to be the coach. Kevin?
The feeling, no doubt mutual. Thanks, DA. And perhaps no 7-footer in the league, Bill has increased his range, more success, One of the guys I really enjoy watching, Brook Lopez.
Yeah, he was one of the big winners last season. The three-point thing became such a thing for Lopez that I actually think they forgot sometimes, especially in the playoffs, that he's also a really good low post player. Yeah. And I thought he had advantages in the Toronto series where, especially on mismatches, when he could have really torched them and they just weren't going to him. So
he can block some shots. I mean, he can do a lot of things in that floor.
I like his inside-outside game. And by the way, wow.
How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
Simmons feeling it out a bit. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Yeah, that's how he rolls. I mean, intimidate the opponent right now.
And that one, good.
Well, I like how Antetokounmpo takes his time on these shots. No rush. Measures what he wants. That mid-range game, Jay, of his, really starting to get better.
Harris misses. And it's Milwaukee's ball. And here's Matthews for the three. And Simmons with the rebound. Can't hit that one. Good D by Lopez. Bucks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
Like that creativity down in the paint. Antetokounmpo showing you how crafty he can be scoring from there.
Matthews against Richardson. And Harris wide open. He shoots. No good on the three.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
And Matthews gets it to go.
Man, what razor-sharp focus by Matthews. Not letting the defense distract him or bother him. He's awesome at knocking down these shots.
Outside, Simmons. Pass to Embiid. Lets the three fly. Another miss by Philadelphia. The Bucks, they won their last contest, that game against Indiana. Got that one up quick. 8 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Poked away. Passes it to Harris. 5 on the clock. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Horford, no luck.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
And here's Giannis from outside. That one doesn't go. And it's Philadelphia the other way. And Bill, when it comes to NBA awards, some people have said voter fatigue is a factor. Would you agree with that?
No.
Look at that.
Oh, my goodness. Watch out. Really amazing. Absolutely astonishing how accomplished Antetokounmpo is on defense. I mean, he's disruptive wherever he is on the floor defensively.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
She did me after the round time. Oh, we don't see nothing wrong. Over here, Jeff's bound. What a gem, I am pound. BBW, where you from? Sugar long life, still play toy, we got hates, boy, I just do my thing, that's so nice. My purple hair like, I'm still not confirmed to the good, some people that you even could go to the girl. Hey, these girls are good, don't tell my mom, I got hold of the book, I can't get enough, don't tell my mom, I got hold of the book, I can't get enough. I've been in game for a long time, 16 hours, that's a long flight. For the wrong guy, she did me at the wrong time. Yeah, hold up, standing out, that's a long flight. For the wrong guy, she did me at the wrong time. 5-star raps, come wait, I try to speak in Chinese.
And a moment now to look at the numbers for Brook Lopez. Third in free throw percentage, and he's an eraser inside, a definite factor defensively, right in that top 5 in blocks per game.
And he possesses so much confidence when he's at the line. You mentioned his free throw accuracy, third best right now in the NBA, and he's earned it.
That's his first personal foul.
Here's Harris, coming off a stellar performance against Detroit.
Great reflexes to get a hand on that pass and go the other way with it.
And Matthews gets it to go in on the assist by Giannis.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Trying to get something going. Richardson, good.
Guys, the passing ability and IQ of Ben Simmons, both amazing.
You've been producing documentaries, going deeper into athlete stories, which I know you love, because I think you're curious more than anything else.
Yeah.
So what drew you to that process?
Initially, it was we dove into these stories. We thought that was the inefficiency of, instead of these big, broad type of documentaries, concentrate on events and players and moments and things like that. And I think as you get into that and you start doing it, it just becomes intoxicating. And the cool thing about it is no story should be told the same way you would tell somebody else's story. You just don't know. You got to figure it out. Like we had Steve Nash his last Lakers season. He wanted to do a documentary about it. And then we spitballed it, and we decided it was actually a better idea to do an in-the-moment digital series about it that you could experience in real time with the thing. And it was the right idea, and that was really good. I think trying to figure out what story clicks the best with an athlete, how to tell whatever story they have correctly is the coolest part about that.
Giannis against Harris. Antetokounmpo, no good. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for Philadelphia. They trail by 9 points and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. And a chance here to check out the league's scoring leaders. Second, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And his contribution to his team offensively cannot be understated. He is always leading the way for them with his ability to put up points.
Here's DiVincenzo. And again, the Bucks miss.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Richardson with it. Matthews covering. At the top of the key, Embiid. Inside, Simmons. Great D that time from Giannis.
Well, he's much better than that. Really no excuse for missing that lay-in.
Middleton drives in, and it's blocked by Simmons.
Yeah, with great recognition, awareness, and body control. Simmons can get up for blocks.
The 76ers trail by 11. Now Richardson. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Count that one.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
Antetokounmpo, no good.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Bill, you look at the awards given out by the league. Most have been around for a while. But is there any award that you'd like to add? Something that's not being touched on in terms of high performance and success?
I think that there should be a playoff MVP. I made this case in my book.
That's a great idea.
There's always like a best guy in every postseason, and I would like to see who that would be. And it's pretty easy to go backwards and figure out who it was. I did that. Just go backwards and have all the backstory of who it should have been, but then going forward, now here are the ones we're adding. I would like to see that. I would also like to see a best bench celebration award, because certain teams just have these guys. They're good at pointing. They're good at fist pumping. First guy during the timeout running over.
Chest bumps.
They have handshakes.
All of it, yeah.
They're waiting at the scorer's table before the game to do the special handshake with each guy. I feel like that guy deserves some shine. Last year, DeAndre Jordan, I think, was one of the first guys I remember who was just great at this before he started playing. Late 2000s clips. I was like, man, this guy's really, he's not playing, but he's really figuring out how to affect the game.
Good. I like that.
Guys, Wesley Matthews is a pure shooter, a long-range bomber who also plays lockdown defense on the perimeter. That's a heck of a combination.
Richardson the pass to Embiid. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his first personal foul.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. Much better off making him go to the line.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
The first one falls.
Tell you what, when Joel Embiid is healthy, this dude is a super effective player, a polished big man with an arsenal of post moves and shots. He's a handful down there.
Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And Embiid drops them both.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Bill, you host your own podcast. I've listened to it, and I subscribe to it.
Thank you.
I love it. What do you make of so many NBA players now doing the same thing?
Hey, we have a couple of them. At the Ringer, we have J.J. Redick, and we have Vince Carter and Kent Bazemore. The ones that are good at it take it seriously. It can't be one of those things where, you know, a player says, you know what, I want a podcast, and then it just magically happens. Like, you got to work on it. You have to use your connections and book your guests, and you have to be candid on the podcast. You can't just show up and just babble. And the guys that have been successful at it are people that could probably have a media career for a living. Like JJ is clearly going to go into media after he retires. Richard Jefferson had a great podcast. He's gone into media. He's really good. Yes. So I think you need a little more talent at it than people realize. And you need the consistency of it. You can't say, I'm starting a podcast and then not do it for 2 months. Like, you have to really stick to it.
No good from Simmons.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Here's Connaughton. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
High-octane action for sure. Crowd-pleasing already.
Here's Richardson. No good that time. Good D by Lopez. Bucks leading by 9. Hill with it. Now defended by Embiid. And the basket by Hill.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to summon up a little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too.
Now here's Simmons. He had 16 points in the win against the Pistons in Detroit. Shot clock at 6. Embiid. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
That's his first.
That one on Hill.
Well, I tell you what, so hard to guard all that size. I mean, Embiid is an absolute monster, and he knows how to draw fouls, too.
The 76ers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Embiid. Bill, if you were building a franchise from scratch, which one current player would you begin with or build around?
Probably Giannis, because he's
still
turning
young
25 this year.
Yeah.
I still feel like the ceiling of what he's going to do is go up as he becomes more of a shot maker. He's really durable, which I think is underrated. Like, he's just built to play basketball. There's certain guys like that. I think Kevin Garnett was like that. Mm-hmm. Tim Duncan was like that. Just guys who you just know are going to be around for 17, 18 years. The way I like to watch the running styles. And the game just comes so easy to him. He's so athletic and really cares and is really competitive and just wants to do this and win at basketball. That's how I play.
Every time out, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
Let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Middleton.
And his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better over his last 10 games. He looks so much more comfortable from beyond. There's no doubt he's got the green light to let it fly whenever the shot's there for him.
Bucket is good. And it's 7 points for George Hill. And it's Ennis with the ball for Philadelphia. 11-point game. They're getting their first look of the season at the Bucks in this one.
Yeah, and they're hoping for a better showing against this club this season. Last year, they came out on the losing end.
And, you know, with two teams in the upper pyramid in the early going, important to establish that pecking order, especially within your conference. So this game is important.
The 76ers with another miss. So for the 76ers, their last game, a win against the Pistons in Detroit.
And you gotta love a team that can maintain its composure on the road, take good shots, and knock them down with confidence.
Well, efficiency is critical, and I love how they ran their offense and got quality shots out of their set.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
And standing over 7 feet, weighing over 250 pounds, it's hard for Embiid to avoid those injuries that plagued so many big men, but he in particular seems brittle.
Yeah, I mean, I would think that all the seasons he missed was probably a red flag for that front. It's going to come down to conditioning and us reading a story in August one summer where it's like Joel Embiid has completely changed his body and stopped drinking milkshakes and stopped having 4 meals a day and all this stuff. He actually, I think, is underrated as a great player because if you look at the rim protection stats for him, he is as dominant defensively as he is offensively when he has it going. And he can affect the game even if he's carrying a lot of weight and he's not playing that well. I would love to see him in shape.
And Korver is a fantastic scorer. Even when the D is on him, he makes these interior shots look easy with that quick release. I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Fires from 14. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Neto, the pass to Ennis. Rebounded by Korver.
Well, I cannot believe he didn't capitalize there, and neither can he.
Count it. Hill's got 9.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
From deep, Neto can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Lopez. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got 3 assists now in this one.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Neto with the bucket.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
Just his first attempt, and there are the Bucks with another bucket.
Nice use that time of the mid-range area of the floor from Ilyasova. His stroke, so nice.
From deep, Neto. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. We come back right after this. A native of Cameroon, Joel Embiid talks about making a quick transition to the United States.
Not knowing English, obviously at the beginning, it was a little bit hard to express myself. Obviously, I can speak English perfectly now, so that's a plus, and I'm just being myself.
And that unique sense of humor, Greg, is a specialty of Embiid's.
He's a fun-loving guy who's become a must-follow on social media. And the transition he's made has been remarkable.
And we welcome you back to NBA action, a great tradition, Christmas Day basketball, here on 2K Sports. And for the Bucks here, they've been putting a show on, guys.
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
And you know, when the bench is playing such a big role early, that certainly allows the starters to stay fresh throughout the game.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And so in the game for the 76ers, you've got Kyle O'Quinn, Giannis out there with Scott, and it's Neto in at the point. So with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, you have two players who consistently look to score in the paint.
Yep.
What's the best way, do you think, to blend those two talents?
Trade Ben Simmons. I think that would be the best way. I don't think long-term that this is a fit together because he can't shoot. And you can cheat it and you can have him move off screens and you can have him try to establish the fast break and all that stuff. But we saw in the playoffs, when everything slows down, they didn't know where to put him on the basketball court. And he basically became Ben Wallace in the mid-2000s, like setting screens for people and rebounding. And for Embiid, I want to surround Embiid with shooters. I want to model a team almost like Milwaukee did with Giannis. I want somebody who can handle the ball not only in fast break, but half court too. And I just don't think they work together. I think there's a ceiling when you have those two guys as the best guys.
And the D has gotten a little bit lax here, defending the triple.
And the foul on Mike Scott. That's his first foul. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Ilyasova.
Into the lineup for the Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Here's Antetokounmpo. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries.
Yeah, that was the third straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Ennis misses. Bucks leading by 11, and there's a whistle. That goes on Neto. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Matthews comes in for Kyle Korver, and it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Hill. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Korkmaz. And so it looks like the 76ers will retain possession here. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. You look at the Bucks. Quite a season they've assembled here, guys. Perched up there in first place and playing terrific basketball game in and game out. And, of course, there's the 76ers, 3 spots below.
And I think for Milwaukee, they had a few critics coming into the season, and now I don't think they have any. This is a club ready to not only make a deep run, but possibly win it all.
They do have the pieces in place for a title run, but the competition in the playoffs will be stiff.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Chris Middleton was a first-time All-Star in 2019. Now, we all know that Middleton is one of the league's best shooters, but he had to adjust his game to a new system under coach Mike Budenholzer. Middleton said, I guess that's what being an All-Star is, a team player and a complete player. Not playing for stats, playing for nothing else but to win. Kevin?
First-time All-Star and well-deserved. David, thank you. A moment now to see how the schedule is looking for the Bucks. On Friday, they'll continue the road trip, heading out to Atlanta to take on the Hawks. Then on Saturday, they'll go back home and will be hosting the Orlando Magic.
Some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
And they get it. 4 on the shot clock. Ennis misses. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. 17-point lead, their biggest. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
Yeah, and in that one, they caused a lot of misfires with their intensity on the defensive end.
And the hustle they showed on that end was infectious, contagious. Their squad really got after it.
Timeout called the 76ers.
And the lack of rim protection top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
The 76ers will go for a different look here. Al Horford, he's checked in for Scott. Harris comes in for Ennis. Richardson, he's checked in for Korkmaz. And Simmons subbed in for Raul Neto. Lopez, he's checked in for Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's good vision from Harris. I mean, he draws so much attention himself, so he's become a capable passer.
A baseline J and another basket for Milwaukee.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
Outside, Simmons. The pass to Horford. Shoots over Brown. Lopez with the steal. And now the fast break. Matthews with the ball. No good. Good work defensively by Richardson. In the corner, it's Harris. Now the feed to Horford. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Horford's got 8 points.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game. Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
They double him with Giannis. Horford finds Harris. Now Simmons. Good, and Harris gets the assist. And that's now 6 points for Ben Simmons.
Boy, he's a real bully inside. I mean, you forget sometimes that Simmons is 6'9", 6'10", with nice touch. It's a nice combination near the basket.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shots for them so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
Matthews against Richardson. Horford has a wide open look. No good with the triple. Bucks leading by 19 points. Here's Antetokounmpo and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
I absolutely love how Antetokounmpo just has a winning mindset. Consistently, this guy is looking to go all the way to the basket. Has to be devastating trying to stop this guy if you're on defense.
Horford, no luck. Matthews with it, outguarded by Simmons, and Matthews gets it to go.
You know, Matthews goes quickly from dribbling to shooting. I mean, you give him a sliver of daylight, that's all he needs, and he'll torch you.
Horford the pass to Harris. Back to Horford. Basket is good, the assist from Harris. Horford's got 6 here in this quarter.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Took him no time at all on that one. 15 points for Wesley Matthews.
Tell you what, Kevin, and when Matthews is in the zone, he's as fun to watch as anybody. A clever, smart player who can score from anywhere in bunches. That's serving it up on the platter there. What a nice pass. A high percentage look was the result.
And there's the call on Tobias Harris. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first.
And the 76ers making a change here. Embiid's checked in. And then for Milwaukee, Chris Middleton's checked in for Brown. And it's Pat Connaughton in for Matthews. Here's Lopez. No good off the front iron. The 76ers trail by 21. Simmons dishes to Embiid and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And the long reach of Antetokounmpo, stretches for days. And because of that, he's excellent at challenging shots.
And he banks in the layup. Antetokounmpo's got 28.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Pass to Simmons. Back to Richardson. 6 on the shot clock. The dish to Embiid. And here's Simmons for 3. Rebound, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And here's Giannis. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. Plays it up and banks it in. Giannis has got 30.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
And Giannis throws it down.
And Antetokounmpo is just a blur. I don't know how a 7-foot guy with that wingspan and all legs and arms can be a blur, but man, he's like a lightning bolt when he gets room to roll to the basket.
And the 76ers call time here.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
Never told, even through the ups and downs, baby. Only way I double crosses. I just keep spinning, only way to make them nauseous. Leave me alone, mommy, like salsa, we could dip. I'm just trying to see you dance, salsa. Whoa. You know, hate on low, but we fly high. You know, talk is cheap, free Wi-Fi. Whoa. Heard they trying to steal away, cut it out. Spicy mommy's on the way. Tell my wife she let away, I cut it out. Hey, talk to me nice, show you what deep in the power. Whoa, pipe down. First we shut them down, then we open up shop. Tryna stop, but the way don't stop.
De la vuelta al canto. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Lopez.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Simmons. 6 points for him. Passes to Harris. Here's Horford. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got his 5th assist in this one.
Could have been much better defense. You can't give this guy any room to operate.
Wasted no time on that one. DiVincenzo's got 4 points this quarter.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Simply taking advantage of what the defense has given them, and they've really made the most of it.
That's good for his 3rd bucket, now 3 for 6 from the field.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Simmons passes to Richardson. And Simmons kicks to Richardson. Wants to get it to Simmons and does. That's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here. Milwaukee making a switch here. Hill's checked in. Three on the clock. They double him with Middleton, and Simmons slams it in.
And Simmons is quite used to being in tight spots. So smart and clever at finding ways to get out of them.
Antetokounmpo, and the layup's good off the glass. Giannis has got 34 points.
He started the game knocking down shots, guys, and now in the second quarter, he's taking it to another level.
It's left in the second quarter.
Richardson outside. In the corner, Simmons with it. And there's Horford. That's good on the assist from Simmons. Horford's got 15 points.
I tell you what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
You know, fought hard from start to finish on that play, defended the shot, and then finished it off with the rebound.
Richardson gets a wide-open look. Another three for Philadelphia.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Bill, we so appreciate you stopping by, spending some time with us. Always feels like there's so much more to talk about, which means we got to get you back here, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
We'll look forward to that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And Clark, you know what? Bill will always give you a great point of view.
And you know what? I think he needs his own barbershop talk show, Kevin. I mean, he's done everything else in media. Go barbershop on him, Bill.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more. Tell you what, George Hill is one of my favorite players to watch. A veteran point guard. He's bounced around a bit the last few seasons, but he gives you leadership, toughness, a cool demeanor, and he's one of the smartest players I've ever been around. Brings value to every team that he plays on.
And he knocks down the first one. And with Hill, as you said, Clark, he's a perfect fit as a second-unit leader.
Yeah, I love the fact that George Hill really gives you everything you need in the backcourt. He's an excellent defender, makes really good decisions, can score the ball when you need him to. He's ideal to come off the bench because he packed a lot of production into short playing stints.
Both free throws good from Hill.
Well, George Hill, the veteran guard, doesn't produce at the volume he once did. Still, he brings a lot of value to a team.
That one drops for him.
He's got so much in his package on offense. Embiid just knows how to score the basketball.
Baseline try. Hill, no good.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And it's in there.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
Goes up on the wing, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound. They get to take on the Magic at Orlando after this one. Sets in motion a 4-game road trip for him. Great open look there. 14 points for Josh Richardson.
And with Simmons, you get it all. I mean, the shooting, the rebounding, and the passing.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Korver, good.
A nice job taking what the defenders gave him. But these guys need a gut check right now.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole.
Simmons passes to Embiid. From 10 feet out, they get it back. Richardson, good. Richardson's got 12 points now in the quarter.
Well, I love the way he goes after it there. I mean, and you've got to respect that. He's rewarded for his efforts of pursuing the ball.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Bucks lead by 14. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thank you. Here with Brett Brown. Now, Coach, it seemed like you guys came out a little flat. How do you get some energy for the second half?
You just got to go with the people that have energy. I feel like we are not the aggressors. We have to do whatever we're going to do through our defense, and so far it's been poor.
Brett, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 34 points, 2 block shots, and 4 rebounds. Kenny, your thoughts on the Bucks' first half?
We're seeing the Giannis effect. first player to ever finish in the top 20 in all 5 major statistical categories. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? It doesn't speak for his overall impact, but I just want to tell you that's impressive.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Antetokounmpo in this one, he's been everywhere.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Setting the floor for the Bucks. Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Matthews and Middleton, the 2 wings. And it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position. Here's Simmons. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Simmons got 12 in the game.
And Simmons so deft with the floater, freezing the defense completely.
DiVincenzo, and he uses the glass on the layup. And the Bucks lead by 14.
The ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
Richardson the pass to Harris. Over Middleton. And that one hits back iron.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Richardson kicks to Embiid. Richardson against Matthews. With the floater. Good on that shot. And with that, the Bucks lead is cut back down to 14 after they get the hoop from Richardson.
How about that wonderful floater he has? Showing off an exquisite touch.
And the shooting guard, Wesley Matthews, a terrific defender, who has no hesitation, Greg, in taking that long 3.
A pretty good combination. Weathered an Achilles tear back in 2015, but has remained a steady rotation player.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw, good. Matthews. And Clark, when you look at how the game has changed, if you were entering the league today, how would you reshape your skill set?
Well, the biggest part would be expanding my shooting range. I was a good shooter at the time that I played, but would need to expand it and was just starting to stretch out my shooting to the three-point line. And then also defensively, be a little more committed to that end of the floor, really working to get better there. But ball handling, passing, scoring, rebounding, those were things that I did pretty well.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
And here's Richardson outside. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got assist number 8 here in this one already. Milwaukee leading by 13. Here's Giannis. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
And what a year last season for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was terrific across, Greg, all stat categories.
And he was rightfully in the MVP conversation very early on. He's still very young, and I see multiple MVP seasons in his future.
1 shot.
And that one misses. And Clark with Giannis, you could see the change in his demeanor last year. You know, he knew he was unguardable when he was on the floor.
Well, guys, you know you're special when you can say nobody can stop me, and the general consensus is you're right. I mean, I can't think of any player in the NBA that's really suited to guard Giannis with his blend of speed and strength and ball skills. That guy handles the ball exceptionally well for a big man.
The 76ers trail by 15. Here's Horford. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Horford. And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. The Bucks second.
I mean, no doubt for me that they've hit their stride the last few weeks. I mean, they are punishing the defenses with that up-tempo style.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Well, you know, what a season for the Bucks last year. Best record in the East, best record overall in the league. The team cruised during the regular season to win 60 games. Chance here to see where the Bucks currently sit in the NBA statistically.
And you go back to their offense, the most explosive in the league. I mean, everyone talks about the great offense beating great defenses, and I tell you what, they make it difficult to hang with them.
Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game. Hey, Clark, those 60 wins for the Bucks, the most since 1980.
You know, start to finish, this team was a force. Had a great approach on both.
That was a strong toe.
You know, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane bounce, he takes advantage of it, really demonstrating how lethal he is in the air.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. The Bucks have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
And the size of the Sixers can present matchup problems for opposing teams.
Well, you think about the 2 critical positions, a 6'10" point guard and a 7'2" center, and both are uber talented. That's a huge advantage, a unique advantage for Philadelphia.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Clark, do you think on average rookies are having a greater impact on their teams now than in decades past?
I really don't think so, Kevin. You can go back and look at the numbers historically. Every draft class usually has 6 to 10 rookies that have a significant impact on their respective teams. And of those 10, perhaps 10 or 12, maybe only a few are going to be on playoff teams just because of the nature of the draft. I don't really think that's changed tremendously over the decades.
Pass to Embiid. Simmons with it. A floater. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14.
You know, what touch from the Australian native, Ben Simmons. I mean, he's so good at staying under control, even when facing physical contact. Boy, he's filling it up right now, getting the shots he wants and delivering in a big way.
And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
That's his
Clark, the two-way contract, a relatively new invention that gives players time in both the G League and the NBA.
I love it, Kevin, because it's another pathway for those aspiring to be NBA players to have a legitimate shot to make their dream come true. The G League is just a notch below the NBA in terms of overall talent. And so I love the fact that players who desire to be pros can have a pathway to get to the NBA by being part of the G League as well.
And these G League players are having an impact, aren't they? They're making a difference on a lot of teams.
40% of the players in the league have spent some time in the G League, so it speaks to the impact the G League has on the NBA.
Here's the pass to Scott. Back to Korkmaz. Kicks it to Simmons. For the three. Rebound, Milwaukee. Middleton's got his fourth rebound in this one. Here's Brown. Milwaukee the rebound. DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Good on the triple. Trifecta. Scott's got 5 points so far.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
Good on the shot. And the Bucks lead by 20.
And Antetokounmpo, his jump shot continues to look better and better. When he's pulling up like that, the defense is cooked.
Scott off target from outside.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Got it. Good job in the low post. Antetokounmpo's got 48.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him. You know, in just his first season with Milwaukee, a huge success for Coach Budenholzer. I mean, came in and led the team to the top seed in the East, gave the franchise a huge boost, and I think they found their leader for the next several years.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Milwaukee.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
Well, you've also got to love how aggressively they've taken that ball to the basket and scored off dribble penetration.
Clark for the Bucks. The players said Budenholzer instilled a sense of confidence in the team.
And you know what? Sometimes you have a coaching change, and that injection of a different type of approach and the change in culture can make a big difference. Coach Budenholzer has always shown the ability to get the most out of his roster and shows you what a difference a coach can make.
Everybody's staring too hard. They didn't really think I was a star. Then I brown beat the odds. How did I get right here? Neck wrist on chandelier. Made me wanna drop some tears. Thank God that I switch gears. I'm from another light year, I'm a Martian. 1/3 of a human, just partial. I'm the sergeant, the captain, the marshal. Too fast, everything is slow motion. I get the cash and my money keep grossing. Suicide doors on the
Raul Netos checked in for the 76ers. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for the Bucks. And that one falls for O'Quinn.
A big X factor for the Sixers, I think, will be the development of Ben Simmons' jump shot. He's got to become at least a threat as a perimeter shooter if they're going to have a chance to win it all.
And so O'Quinn nails both of them. And especially in the playoffs where teams really scheme for you, Simmons shooting can be a real problem for the Sixers.
Yeah, it's a major liability, guys. There's no denying it. For all of his wonderful ability and versatility, the fact that it's basically 4-on-5 when they're on offense with him on the floor is a problem in the playoffs. And you said it. When teams can lock into you, they're going to make you do what you're uncomfortable doing.
The shot by Antetokounmpo, nobody around, and again it's Milwaukee converting.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Well, it's interesting. The defense continues to back off, expecting them to attack the rack, but they just continue to pull up and knock down those mid-range jumpers.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
You know, even after the trade from the Clippers to the Sixers, he continued to produce. I mean, everybody figured that Tobias Harris would have a good season last year heading into free agency, and he didn't disappoint. Chance here, Kevin, to take a look at the 76ers and how they rank in the NBA right now.
And going back to their steals ranking, you have to appreciate the quick hands. I mean, the ball's never safe when they're on the prowl, and I think that mentality is what bothers opponents.
Neto, the pass to Korkmaz. And here is Harris. Pass to O'Quinn. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Here's Scott, and denied. He sends it right off the glass.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
And Harris, with his strong play last season, got a big payout because of it.
Yeah, and I think he earned it. And he'll continue to work hard to live up to the contract. But more importantly, I think he wants to be the best he can be, and that'll be his focus. And he'll have to adjust to teams adjusting more to trying to slow him down.
And the first one drops. Ennis, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Well, you know, the Bucks can be a real force on defense. We're the top-rated defense last season in the league and #1 in rebounding and challenging shooters as well.
Passes it to Korkmaz. Here's Harris, and it's blocked by Brown. Giannis with it. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight. And Clark, the length and size of the Bucks, a big part of their defensive success.
Well, I agree. I mean, versatile defenders across the board for the Bucks. They can handle switches and pick and rolls comfortably. Makes for a very strong defensive force no matter who's on the floor for this team.
Hits it again. Wow. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
And so it's Neto with the ball. He'll bring it up for the 76ers. It's stolen by Brown. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way and finish off by Brown.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Antetokounmpo. It's rebounded by Neto. Philadelphia's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. To the middle to end the drought. The shot's good. That's now 8 points for Tobias Harris.
You know, you can't allow Harris to get comfortable there now, guys. I mean, once he gets the positioning he wants, you're toast.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. A lot of smart guys playing in the NBA right now, Clark. Any that you spot that could be a great future head coach in this game?
There are so many of them, Kevin, when you spend time around guys and watch how they carry themselves on the court. Usually you look at point guards because they're quarterbacks and coaches on the floor in many cases. CP3, I don't know if he has a desire to coach, but he certainly talks and feels the game as a coach. And Mike Conley, I think he too has the type of cerebral approach to the game that could lend itself to coaching.
An excellent starting list. Group substitution here for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Ilyasova comes in for Antetokounmpo. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Sterling Brown. And it's Hill in for Dante DiVincenzo. And the basket by Hill. Hill's got 17 now.
I think that's why Hill's teammates really like him. I mean, he gets to the hoop rapidly and really does it in a simple-looking fashion.
Outside, Scott. Back to Neto. It's deflected. And here is Ilyasova. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. The shot's good from Lopez.
Comfortable shooting close to the basket. The size Lopez possesses gives him confidence down low.
Pass to Harris. And here's Ennis, defended by Ilyasova. Lopez over to help. Shot clock at 6. And again, Philadelphia turns it over.
And here's a look at the stats for Hill. How his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 11 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's very steady with that second unit, running the offense and getting them into their sets.
Right. I mean, your backup point guard simply has to hold the fort, maintain the status quo, share the basketball, and minimize mistakes.
And I like that they're not settling, getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
And here's Harris from the arc. That shot is off. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Here's Connaughton. It gets rebounded by Ennis. Philadelphia shooting it really well, 54% from the floor. And the pass to Neto. Over Hill. Excellent D there from Hill. Bucks shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Some changes for Philadelphia. Joel Embiid comes in for Mike Scott. And it's Horford in for Korkmaz. Here's Neto. He has 5.
2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Down low, here's Horford, and finished off by Horford.
And he just elevates and powers in the one-hander.
Textbook.
I'm glad he didn't go overboard and try to do too much there.
Yep, it counts. Connaughton's got 8 points.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
Neto, the pass to Ennis. Fires the 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. And after this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta where they'll take on the Hawks. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. And that one's good from Connaughton. And so it's Neto with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. He dishes it to Horford. He kicks to Ennis. There's the triple. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That's his 4th foul of the contest. And Philadelphia making a change here. Richardson's checked in. The Bucks also with the sub. Matthews is checked in. Here's Hill. 19 points in the game. Shoots from the baseline. And it comes off the front of the rim. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Feeds to Horford. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Horford's got 19 points.
a remarkable interior presence. Horford's a veteran who still has those polished post moves. And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
And there's the foul. It goes on Wesley Matthews. That's his first foul. There's 37 seconds left in the third. To the paint. Richardson, good. Basket is good. Richardson's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Boy, impressive intensity displayed by Ilyasova. He's a real Energizer Bunny type of guy who can sky up really fast and finish at the rim with a lot of force.
Pass to Richardson. Here's Embiid. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Matthews scanning the floor over Richardson. Second shot opportunity, and the nice bucket inside from Lopez. Lopez has got 6.
A guy that doesn't give up on the glass. Lopez, a real force at rebounding the ball.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. He has never been better. This is the most points he's scored in his career, and he is looking to add to it. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. The talented combo up front, Horford and Embiid. Then it's Josh Richardson. Then it's Ennis, and it's Neto in at the 1 spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Do you think it helps the pace of the game with the NBA recently modifying the shot clock rule that after an offensive rebound, it doesn't go back to 24, it goes now to the new number, 14 seconds?
Well, I really like the rule because you don't have to bring the ball over the half-court line, which is 8 seconds, so it makes sense, and it does speed up the game in my opinion.
To the middle, here's Horford, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
That's his first.
And we come back to it again and again. If you're just looking at points and rebounds, you really miss Al Horford's impact. It goes way deeper than the box score.
The first free throw is good. And some detractors have looked at Horford's stats, and Greg, they said he's not an all-star. Even Sports Talk Radio calling him Average Al.
Nonsense. I mean, still a great defender, efficient scorer, elite passer as well for a big man. Then you get to his leadership. Big Al is the total package.
And Al Horford drops them both.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Korver, good.
Perfect shooting form from K-Squared, Kyle Korver. Man, is he a laser. A quick release and always gets himself squared up for the look.
There's the double team with Korver. Ennis passes to O'Quinn. Clock at 6. He feeds it to Horford. Slammed home, and he draws the foul. A chance for another point at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
It's going to be on Kyle Korver.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Shake Milton, he's checked in for the 76ers. Trey Burke comes in for Raul Neto. Free throw good, Horford. And Greg, Al Horford over the summer opting out of a contract with Boston, the final year with the Celtics. A bit of a surprise to fans.
You know, Horford said he wanted to test free agency. Talks between him and Boston abruptly ended, was wooed by several teams, but ultimately signed on with the Sixers.
Three-pointer. That shot misses. The Bucks go the other way with it.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And Burke has it in the corner. And he gets it to go from the corner. Burke's got his first 2 points. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Passes it to Ilyasova and stolen by Horford. Here's the break. Here's Milton. It's good. The assist that time from Burke.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Tries from the block. Rebound by the 76ers. Horford's got 5 rebounds tonight. Now here's Burke. He's guarded by Hill. Pass to O'Quinn. Kicks to Horford. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Bucks have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. That's a 2 from Korver. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
And there's no defense for Korver sometimes. He's incredible at burying shots, even with a hand in his face.
Wide open. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Milton's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, I'm not sure how that one found the bottom of the net, but hey, you take it when it comes.
Ilyasova gets the bucket.
Impressive, really, from that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
You're exactly right. I mean, they've banged home 8 of their last 10 points on mid-range jumpers.
The pass to Milton from past the arc. A fresh 14 for Philadelphia. Horford, no luck. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Bucks. Here's Hill. And again, it's Milwaukee converting.
Wow, 10 straight points from mid-range.
You know what I've always said, partner? Good shooting covers over a multitude of ills. And we're seeing it right now.
He gets that one.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Philadelphia's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Ennis. That one, no good. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Ilyasova finds Lopez. Over O'Quinn. They get the rebound. Ilyasova. Finds yet again, and it's Lopez laying it in.
And at 277 pounds, Lopez absorbs contact well. Difficult to deter him on the way up.
Burke dishes to Ennis. To the inside. And O'Quinn slams it in.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
And it's Hill penetrating. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Hill's got 12 points in just the second half. Pass to Milton. Now here's Burke. He's guarded closely. For Milwaukee, they've gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Antetokounmpo. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And Korver, a team-first guy. When one of his guys is open, he wastes no time in delivering the pass.
And here are the 76ers now. Pass to Ennis. He's looking for O'Quinn and finds him.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
Here's Lopez. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Out to the wing. lets it go with a three. A shot by Milton, no good. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Well, no doubt now the Bucks are an elite team in the East. Not only the best record in the league, but getting all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals as well. This team has a bright future and will be a force in the years ahead.
Changes for Philadelphia. Jonah Bolden's checked in for Horford. And it's Korkmaz in for James Ennis. DJ Wilson, he's checked in for Milwaukee. Brown comes in for Kyle Korver. And the Bucks got a lot of big wins, Clark, throughout the season.
They sure did. The Bucks were outstanding all year long. Had a very tough series against the Raptors in the East Final and ended up getting bounced out. But tell you what, this Milwaukee Bucks team, they're going to be in the hunt for championships several years going forward.
And Philadelphia has possession. Lopez with the steal.
He went a decent amount of time before his first turnover there. It's really been a good, safe stretch of basketball from him to this point.
Pressuring the ball and making a play that created the opportunity.
You push it after a steal, there's almost no chance the defense can get back and recover.
Korkmaz, no good. The Bucks shooting in the fourth has been tremendous, 59%. Lopez drives in. Rebound by the 76ers. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Korkmaz passes to Milton. And the call will be against Robin Lopez. That's foul number 2 for him. Clark, here's kind of an interesting perspective question for you. How much of making it to the NBA is talent? How much of it is the work you put into it?
Kevin, if I were to give this a ratio, I would probably say 65% talent, 35% work ethic, because you have to have a level of unique giftedness to be an NBA player. Many can work really hard and not be NBA caliber. So I think there's, I tilt that 65-35 talent to work ethic.
Here's Korkmaz. Back to Burke. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Korkmaz. That one falls coming off Burke's feet.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
2 points. That one goes.
This has been a totally different half for him. He definitely looks more comfortable now, guys.
Down low, here's O'Quinn, and O'Quinn slams it in.
Outstanding execution. Good job working the ball inside.
Here's Antetokounmpo, off the left rim and out. Philadelphia's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Kicks it to Burke. O'Quinn dishes to Burke. Inside, Korkmaz. Lopez with the block.
And the space Lopez is able to cover on defense, using that size and length to reject the shots.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And for Sterling Brown, he is still developing, but you can see, Clark, where he can be valuable.
I love his game. Watched him a lot when he was at SMU, guys, and he's got all the tools you want on the defensive end. His strength, his activity, his savvy. The offensive side, still a work in progress, but he's got skills there, too.
Shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Mark, for a couple years now, the NBA has released the last 2 minutes report detailing missed calls in any game. Does it hurt the officials to have that information out there?
I don't think it hurts. It's not always comfortable, but I like the transparency of the move. I really do. I think when we're transparent about the human nature of what we do as broadcasters or referees or players or coaches, I think it makes for a better product. So I'm in favor of that. Boy, the Sixers have come a long way in a short period of time. I mean, 2 years after finishing as the 4th worst team in the league, guys, they came within a few points of making the Eastern Conference Final.
And that one's good. Korkmaz.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of play.
And for Milwaukee, they're shooting nearly 70% from the floor. They are putting on a clinic offensively. And Antetokounmpo gets it to go. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Milton's shot is good. And this Sixers team has championship aspirations. Clark, can they make it out of the East, do you think?
Yeah, I think this Sixers team, guys, is very much capable of being an Eastern Conference champion. I mean, we forget about all the midseason trades they had a season ago. They didn't have a lot of time to ferment and gel. I think with a full season, training camp and a full season, with the players they have, they're going to be a force in the East for several years.
Here's Wilson. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got 4 rebounds in this game. 14 feet away. A shot by Milton, no good. And Milwaukee has possession. And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first.
The last couple of years, Clark, we've seen a couple of Hall of Fame level players go on these farewell tours on their final year in the NBA. What a great way for fans of opposing teams to honor these terrific stars.
You know, I was a little bit mixed on how I felt about the farewell tours, but these two were handled so beautifully, and there have been others that have been handled great. It gives the fans an opportunity to express their feelings for some of the greats in the game, and that's heartwarming for all of us, I think.
Yeah, you and I were just talking about the way Kobe and Wade were terrific in their tours. Here's Connaughton. It's hauled in by the 76ers. O'Quinn's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Milton. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Milton's gone 3 for 8 tonight from the field. Lopez kicks to Connaughton. Shoots over Burke. No good from Connaughton.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face. And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Milwaukee.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And now on the year, this will take them to 28 wins.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season, Greg. You love to get an opponent figured out early when you're going to be seeing them that often.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
Lovely dish by Columbus's own Trey Burke.
Fires from 14, and it's O'Quinn with the rebound. Burke looking over the floor. Bolden, good.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that.
Timeout called, the Bucks. They're ahead by 36. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And they've got this one just about wrapped up.
Yeah, you know, I'm not sure they needed this timeout, quite honestly. Perhaps a water break?
We can be who we are. You taught me something, yeah. Freedom is ours. It was you taught me living it. Together shoulders. Tell me what you see. 'Cause I am a giant. We'll be breaking borders underneath our feet. I am a giant. Oh, I am a giant.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And guys, no doubt who our pick was going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Here's Wilson. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done.
It's hauled in by the 76ers. It's thrown by Antetokounmpo, and so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Brooke. Congrats on the win. How important was this game for you?
You know, it's very big for us. It was a good benchmark. We've been trying to improve every game. You know, we've been getting better these past few games. And, you know, we know these guys are a very good team, so we wanted to come out and make a statement.
You sure did make a big statement tonight, Brooke. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.